What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So listen. Belle Collective. I believe next week is the season finale, which honestly they should have ended it on an even number. Why y'all giving us episode 9? So, is it gonna be a one-part season? Reunion. To be honest, we only need one part. So to even it out, to make it seem like we had an even number of episodes, just give it a one-part season reunion because we don't need two. Nothing much really happened in this season, but it was still a good season. It kept my attention. I know I've been kind of late with the reviews. It's just that I already told y'all the cable situation. I haven't hooked that up yet. I got some shit going on with that. So hopefully in the next week or so, all of that will be together and everything will be back on track. But I'm still knocking it out. And like I said, I actually do really like Belle Collective, and I hope they do get a third season because it's really good to me. It's not so much drama filled, but it's messy drama, but not so much. But we still get to see the human side of people a little bit. We get to see the messy side, but it's still entertaining. Even though a lot of the stuff we see these shows coming about and they're practically the same, but I don't know. It's the people that make it for me. Okay, so we get into the episode. I believe this is what, season 2, episode 8. Is it episode 8? Yeah. Oops, Marie did it again. I had to look and see what it was. Okay. But we get into it, and Akisha, I'm gonna start calling this girl by her name because she did not annoy me this time. All right, everybody on the good foot for right now. Her, Marie, and Leticia, let me get her name right for real. They met up, okay? And after everything that happened at the little get together, that the Rock the Bell thing that, Tamra had, and after their whole thing that happened at that brunch or whatever, they're okay. Friends, I wouldn't necessarily say, but they're trying to get there. Basically a lot of this stuff happened for between them was a big misunderstanding, miscommunication. He say, she say, or I should say, she say, she say. Tamra putting things out there. Them talking about the way that Tamra was the one that was telling them, when you talk to Akisha, please be understanding that Miss Gurley is a little shady. And Akisha said, listen, bitch, I don't even like that word because that word tells me that if you shady or whatever, that means you a low down, disgusting bitch. Okay? You a liar, you a messy bitch and all that stuff. And that's not what I'm on for. And I was like, you know what? I could be a little shady sometimes too, but that don't mean that I'm low down. I could be shady when you need to be shady. I understand it. It's good shade and it's bad shade. And it's like which way the way that Tamra, what it seems like, the way that Tamra was trying to come off, it was almost as if it was bad shade that Akisha has. And then you saw the way that, they said that she didn't want to be a part of that text message group with her or whatever because she didn't really fuck with Akisha like that. It's just a lot of flaws that's being out here. And I do like the fact that, by the end of the little meeting, the little get together that they had, they reintroduced themselves. That was a good mature move. Leticia, girl, get the name right. Leticia and Akisha and then Marie and all that stuff. That was really, really nice. I like that. Marie is having this she's opening up another methadone clinic, and she's the first black woman in the Jackson, Mississippi, or the state of Mississippi probably, I don't know, who has a methadone clinic, and so like Esty said later on in the episode, it's really sad that in 2022 we are still going through the first black this, the first black that, or the first black woman this, and the first woman that. We are still going through shit like that, and it's very much unfortunate, but it's still an accomplishment at the same time. And so she wants to have like a little get together celebration for it, get all the ladies together since everybody seems to be okay. Her and Leticia okay, which I am glad for, because I honestly could not take another season. Granted, this is only 2 seasons in. I just couldn't take another season of a one-sided beef being drawn out. Okay, I just couldn't take that. So I'm glad that they finally on the right path. Everybody seems cool. That's nice. I do feel bad about Marie. And honestly, Marie came off really wrong. Marie was the Akisha of last season. Okay, for me. Akisha, regardless of if Tamra said some shit about you or whatever and gave the girls a certain type of impression, the way that you came onto the TV and onto the scene, you gave us that impression. Or at least you gave me that impression without even knowing what Tamra told the other girls, okay? So I'm going to ease up on you for right now because like I said, so far this episode, granted is at the end of the season, you really didn't bother me. I get it. I understand it. I'm going to let it go for right now. Marie, felt bad for her because like the first season she got on my goddamn nerves. She was just doing a lot. This season I see what she's doing. I see what she didn't bother me. She really didn't. After that whole brunch situation and then she got it together with Latrice, it was fine after that, okay? It was smooth sailing for me, so I'm not even finna sit here. Listen, I'm not one of those people that just gonna hate on somebody just to hate on somebody. First of all, I'm not finna hate on anybody because I don't know you personally to hate on you, but I'm not finna dislike you or discredit you just because of everybody else doing it. You know, if you're not doing anything to bother me, even if I had an issue with you before, I'm going to still give you your prop and do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. And I feel bad for her because she's going with this situation with her mother. Her mother then relapsed and she's no longer staying in the house with her. And if you saw the preview for what's going to happen next week, she's going around. Do you know how that feels? I can only imagine how that feels to go around in the neighborhoods and to have to ask people, have you seen my mother? Have you seen my mother? Did you know this lady or whatever? And I feel for her, given all the stuff that she is actually going through. You know, she's going through the situation with her grandson. And on the one hand, it's commendable that, you know, Marie stepped up regardless before the mother passed away with all her grandkids, and she did not disown them. She did not take anything out on them because, you know, your daddy is a fuck up. He out here, you know, planting his seed here, there, and there, and not using protection or whatever. But she actually embraced her grandkids, you know, regardless of how they came about, she embraced them. And, you know, that's commendable because sometimes it don't really happen like that. But I was surprised to see that Jerez has, you know, come home and he's taking online classes instead of actually being on campus to be there more for his son. To be honest, that's what he should have been doing, or at least he should have, you know, went to a school that was closer, like they was discussing in the first season. But I guess they're trying to show us, because we all had questions since season 1, what the fuck is he doing? You know, that he's at least attempting. I'm not saying that he's doing, but he's attempting to actually be a father figure, or, you know, trying to make it seem like he's trying to be in his baby's life. Because, you know, what happened to that baby, losing his mother and probably not even really understanding what's going on because he's at such a young age, he's going to need a lot of love and support. And I like the fact that even though it did feel a little bit put on for the camera, I'm not even bothered by it because it was a touching scene seeing Glenda, the boy's mother, Raven, I think that's her name, show up, and to see how Marie and her connect. And basically at this point, there's no reason to have any animosity. There's no reason to have any negativity. We all got to come together for the sake of this baby boy. And to know that they never really had that, that is a good thing. I really like that. And it seems like Marie gets along with everybody, you know, in her circle, you know, in her son's life or whatever, her grandkids, mothers, and, you know, their mothers or whatever. So that goes to show that regardless of what we saw in the first season and even in the first half of this season, the second season, Marie probably really is a good person. And, you know, sometimes you get on this goddamn screen and get the cameras in front of you, and then you want to act different and you want to act big and bad and all this shit. I don't know. I don't know if it was just a put on or whatever, but she really don't seem like that bad of a person, you know. And sometimes, again, it could be an act, but for right now, she don't seem like that bad of a person, because I know a lot of people that probably wouldn't have. Bitch, that ain't my responsibility. That's your responsibility, so let him go stay with you, and you're not staying with me. You know, that type of thing. And she didn't do it for just one grandchild. She's doing it for 3 that came literally back to back to back. Okay, all them kids is under the age of 4. What? But anyway, that was nice to see. We got Tamra and this whole relationship with her man. Girl, they sitting down there having a little discussion, and everybody was confused about this whole thing with the Rock the Bell and the security coming through and all of that. And Demand talking about how he just don't like people talking about her, talking, giving her negativity or whatever. He's protective, and I understand that, but at the same time, it does seem like it's something going on, and maybe we probably feel like it's something is giving off that something's going on because that's what the other cast members are putting out there. So now it's making us look at it like, or it could really actually be nothing going on. But honestly, I feel like something is going on. But at the end of the day, it's just the way that they are approaching this whole situation with Tamra and Demand. All right? Like, why is everybody so concerned? Why is everybody voicing all of their opinions about it? Nobody is voicing their opinions about Leticia and Glenn's situation, about the fact that he probably could have another child out there that ain't by Leticia. Okay, the fact that he's probably cheated more than once on her. The fact that they're going through what they're going through. Nobody is circulating anything about that at this moment on the show. They talked about it, them two, but amongst the group, nobody is really circulating and talking about it or whatever the way that they're talking about Tambra's and Demond's relationship. Mind you, you don't even know if Demand cheated or whatever, but you know that Glenn did. But nobody's saying nothing about that, and it's just really, I don't like the way they doing this. And Tamra ain't even my favorite on here because honestly, she's forgettable. She don't even need to be on the show because she really brings nothing to the show. And I feel like, I don't know if this whole situation with Tamra and Demand is fake, meaning it's storyline, trying to make it seem like it's drama or whatever, to make it seem as if she got something going on so that she's worthy enough to actually stay on the show because she can bring a little bit of drama. I don't know if they set it up like that on purpose or if this is real. But it's a stark difference from what we saw last season to what we saw this season. Last season, everybody else and their mama had drama. Tamra didn't. Tamra was worried about her ovaries, her fibroids, and trying to have a baby. This season, it's about a relationship that may or may not be a real relationship and somebody may be fucking around in it, And I'm just like, that's really, really interesting, But meanwhile, what else was happening? Girl, and if I missed some stuff, put it in the comments. But Latrice, she goes over there to So Gucci house. So Gucci and them finna have a little drive-by baby shower for her daughter D. I do like the fact that, this seems a little bit lighter than what we had last week. I feel like that conversation between D and Sanjay and Sky and Star, it was needed. They needed to purge their soul, get all of their feelings out, whether or not we agree or not, because there was some people, somebody was like, how can somebody be a colorist if they have a dark skinned friend and all that stuff? The same way somebody can be a racist and still fuck somebody of the race that they say that they hate. We saw that go on through slavery, right? Colorism goes really deep. It's not just a surface thing. It goes really deep. You can have a dark-skinned friend and still have certain feelings towards other dark-skinned people. And somebody said, well, D ain't even that dark for them to be talking about colorism. She's darker than them. She's darker than them, okay? It ain't just dark skin, like dark skin, whatever. It's brown skin. It's caramel skin. It's mocha. It's all type of dark skin, compared to a very, very lighter complexion person, I suggest a lot of y'all to go look up what colorism is and to do a little bit of research, and y'all will realize that colorism does not just happen in the African American community, does not just happen in the African community. It happens in a lot of cultures, okay? A lot of culture. Spanish culture, the Latin culture, Hispanic culture, Asian culture, whatever. It happens. It's happened, and it is a sad thing. It is a sad thing. Caribbean culture. That's why you got people bleaching. I know y'all saw Young, Rich, and Famous on Netflix. oh girl, the main girl, that bitch was up there bleaching like a motherfucker. And then, when you bring it up, depending on what culture or what country it is, it's almost like it's acceptable. It's acceptable. So when we have an issue with it, they'll probably, and I've seen some people that gets upset that we have an issue with it because it's normal over there. But it's different. It's different in certain places. It's different. It happens or whatever. We're gonna move past it. But I only brought that up because Sanjay and them, they were there, and they have said ever since they got through with that little conversation that things have gotten better, and because the baby is coming, they want to be a part of the baby's life, and they want to be a part of Dee's life, and they want Dee to be a part of their lives. So I like that. I don't care if it's putting on for the camera or whatever, and I honestly don't feel like it is. I really like the fact that everybody was happy. Everybody was happy because I feel like if it was an issue still, they wouldn't have shown up regardless, So I'm loving that part. This episode was kind of really positive for the most part. And I love a positive ass episode. Okay, it don't always got to be drama. Latrice came up in there when Latrice said, "So what y'all gonna name the baby?" And they said the baby name. She said, let the middle name be Latrice." That shit was funny to me. Okay, Latrice was funny this episode with the baby and stuff, and holding the baby, saying the baby looked like her. But then Mama a little bit worried because she ain't had a cycle in like 2 months or so, and she don't know if it's stress or whatever. I said most likely, baby girl, it probably is stress. I don't think that she's pregnant. I'm looking at her body. Even though I done seen some slim girls, they be 6 months pregnant and baby, they look like they 2. And I'll be like, what? And by the time they get 9 months, they look like they 4. Like, girl, you look like you just ate a burger and you need to shit it out. The human body is so fascinating. And you want to know one person that just really crazy? What's her name? Kayla Nicole, the Instagram social media star, whatever. She's really skinny. And she's really small or whatever. But when she gets pregnant, her belly, oh wow, it just be out there. You know what I'm saying? So it goes either way. But she was having that conversation with Sho Gucci. JJ brought her and her man a car, whatever, Dia car. And she said she got a new car, she got a new place. So it seems like everything is on the up and up. So I like that. This whole little conversation that Latrice had with Cliff, I don't want to say this, but sometimes when I look at Latrice and Cliff, and then maybe it's the age difference, I just don't see them lasting long. And I know she want to say that that's my forever, you're going to be my forever husband or whatever, but we listening to the she's in a totally different mindset than he is, okay? He wants a family of his own with her. He already has kids. He wants more kids. She is not focused on kids. She is focused on building an empire. And he has an issue with the fact that she's focused on getting more money. He even asks, when is enough is enough? And I understand 100% where Latrice is coming from, because Latrice is like, listen, you came from, being from a well-to-do family. You was given land, okay? You didn't have to struggle, so you don't know that struggle, so you don't understand the mindset where I am in, where it's, I come from nothing, bottom of the motherfucking barrel, okay? And I am trying to make sure that I secure enough freaking money where even if it comes to the point where I cannot work anymore, I will be good, okay? And when you have come from nothing, you are always on pins and needles, and you're always stressed out as to whether or not you will have enough to sustain yourself, even when you have made it. In your mind, you really feel as though, okay, I'm here, I got this, I accomplished this, but it can be taken away at any time. I'm not comfortable yet to just ease down because, anything can happen. So let me continue to stack up some more for just in case. It's always a just in case, I can do a little bit more. And you'll be stressed out. Latrice talking about something, she 3 months behind now on her cycle or whatever, and she don't know if she pregnant or not, or if it's stress. Mama is probably just stressed. And for them to have that conversation of if she was to be pregnant, she don't know what she would do. It was either to abort it or to give it up for adoption. or, to raise it. At this point, if you had those two options first that I just said, and the first thing on your mind is not to actually raise it, you don't want kids at all right about now. And you probably not going to want kids in the future anytime soon. And for Cliff to say, you abort the child, I'm aborting you. Basically, I really do feel like if they do get pregnant and she do something to the baby, or she does not give him a baby like he wants, he's going to divorce her. I really feel like that. I really feel like that. And at the end of the day, it's her body, it's her choice. You cannot make this lady have a baby for you. And even if she does go ahead and have the baby, you can't make her take care of it because she didn't really want the baby. I would rather us be on the same page about it instead of me just giving you a child and me feeling no emotional connection to it. Because that can happen too. And I feel sorry for children who grow up in households where the mother, especially, we see it with the father sometimes more often, but to see a mother have no emotional connection to the child that they carried, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's really, really crazy. But at this point, I just don't know about Latrice and Cliff. I don't know about Latrice and Zeddy. Okay. But he's just, I don't know. I just feel like they need to be with people that's on their own age, or at least these are conversations that you're supposed to talk about and have before you get married. So this is like, again, did y'all have this conversation about the babies before y'all got married, and you knew where she stood at, and you thought that, eventually you'll be able to make her or get her to change her mind or whatever? Or is it something that y'all never really talked about? I don't know. But the ending of the episode, we have this whole situation with Marie little get together. Everybody shows up. Marie in that blue suit, baby, you look nice. And that's my color too. Y'all know that. She looked really nice. That pencil looked really nice on her. And I'm not really into the sparkly shit, but baby, she did that. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody was there. Everybody was having a good time. We see that Akisha, she announces that, Melanie had announced that she's about to throw this little event or whatever at this exclusive place and all that. And it's about, introducing herself back into the Jackson Society, and, the project that she's doing down on Ferris Street with her and her husband and all this stuff. The way Leticia was sitting down there just looking like, oh, so it's just your project for Ferris Street. So you not gonna put me on here. Okay, cool. And honestly, Leticia, I just want to say this. After everything that went down between y'all, did you really expect her to actually want to work with you? Because even if it was a big misunderstanding, and even if she came at you wrong, baby, I wouldn't want to work with her because I wouldn't be able to trust her. And she ain't going to be able to trust you. Okay, so if you're going to do something, this whole season, y'all talked about Ferris Street last season, and it seemed like you was trying to attempt to do something. This season, you ain't really been talking about Ferris Street, so I thought you forgot about that shit. So, I mean, it is what it is. What are you doing towards trying to get it done? Absolutely nothing from what we see right now. It could be some stuff going on behind the scene, but they showed up there and show it on this camera. Okay. So everybody was there, and then, all of a sudden here comes the stylist, or I should say the decorator, as Tamra call her, Tisha. Okay. So Tisha comes up in there, and of course Tamra looking like, the fuck. But all right, she kept it cool for the most part. Honestly, I wouldn't have gave Tisha a time of day by walking the fuck up out of there. Because, bitch, you're not going to rattle me. And I'm not going to discuss what's going on between my relationship and whatever it is that you claim to be what's be happening with my man. Because at this point, it's not the time nor the place. And like Tamra said, my man ain't here. Because it's not between me, it's between you and my man. So therefore, we're not about to talk shit about my man, and he not here to defend himself. I agree with that shit. But at the same time, Tamra, you let that girl get underneath your skin. And then, I get Marie saying that, I guess Tisha, whatever the fuck her name is, She do a lot of stuff for everybody. She's done shit for everybody there. So that's the main reason why she was there. She helped out with Marie and Essie and getting the shit together, so that's fine. But, you know, for her to say, why you leaving, Tamra? You up here talking about me to everybody else. No, girl, that ain't the issue, okay? First of all, you the one that started this shit. Second of all, you the one that told Latrice, okay? No, Leticia, okay? And then you also probably done told other people. And if you telling Leticia, you should have known that that shit was finna get around. Because you know Leticia just talks and talks and talks. And Leticia's the one that was spreading that shit to everybody who would fucking listen, including Tamra. But we didn't really see Tamra talking to this person about it, this person about it, this person about it. The only other person that we really saw her talking to about it after she was confronted about it with Leticia or Akisha, was Demand. Leticia done told every goddamn body. This girl is not going around talking about you, Taisha. Okay? She is not going around talking about you, trying to get no dirt up on you or whatever, and trying to fuck up your relationship, Taisha. Okay? That's just not what she doing. I don't know what you thought that you was doing when you came up in there trying to say the shit that you was saying about Tamra, and I don't even fuck with Tamra like that because I think she fake as hell. But at the same time, you got this shit wrong. You the one that's trying to make strides to get up in here and start some shit. She ain't trying nothing with you. She wasn't thinking about you. Bitch, if it wasn't for Leticia, we wouldn't even know shit about you. So don't do that. Don't do that. And Latrice said that bitch got up and left because she fake as shit, just like her goddamn relationship. And at the end of the day, even if you think that the relationship is fake, I just don't understand why are people harping on it and talking about some, oh, that's because Taisha probably knows some skeletons. The skeletons coming out her closet. Baby, y'all all got skeletons. Are y'all all willing to bear too? And this is what I'm talking about. Tamra came on first season and she was not in anybody's business like that. Tamra was on this season and the only person that we really saw that she had an issue with or came up with was Akisha, who she brought onto the show. But other than that, Tamra is not meddling in anybody's relationship. But yet everybody is meddling in her relationship and feeling some type of way because she's not saying this and she's not saying that. She doesn't owe you bitches nothing. You don't deserve to be in her relationship. What benefit do you get? Why don't you worry about your own goddamn relationship, Latrice, okay? Whether or not you gonna stay married to your husband if you get that man a baby or not. Leticia, worry about whether or not you gonna let Glenn back for the umpteenth time and let him cheat on you again, okay? Worry about that. Marie, worry about whether or not you gonna let, you know, I don't even think she really saying nothing, so I ain't even gonna do Marie like that. But still, you about to let that man back in that fucked around on you plenty of times too. But your child over here worrying so heavily about Tamara's relationship, and I just don't understand it. She don't owe y'all any information on it. What about that don't you get? Because we can say y'all shit fake as fuck too. We can. But anyway, that was the episode, y'all. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. And, you know, right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I could see if she was coming for y'all relationships and then y'all be like, bitch, now it's your turn. But that ain't even what the case was. But anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.